Right, hello again. As you might know, I absolutely love playing Mexico, and I also particularly love playing cities and urban rounds, so no surprise that an urban Mexico is a map I enjoy playing a lot. I haven't liked it though. So yeah, I sort of thought, I've taken a bit of a break from GeoGuessr really and haven't been playing that much, but I kind of came back to playing a bit of Mexico, particularly cities because I want to get really good. So I thought I could try and streak it. I sort of thought 10 might be a good one to aim for, but I had a really nice 14 streak here. This map has 50 cities. I don't know how many locations, but I've never consciously had a repeat. I guess it contains like, let me just go onto maps. I can just show you which cities are in it, basically, or at least the ones I've noticed. So definitely like Tijuana, Ensenada, Mexicali, Nogales, Hermosillo, La Paz, Obregón, Los Mochis, Culiacán, Mazatlan, Tepic, Colima, Guadalajara, Aguascalientes, SLP, León, Acapulco, Cuernavaca, Mexico City, Toluca, Puebla, Pachuca, Veracruz, Villahermosa, the kind of main ones in Yucatan, Oaxaca, and then like Tampico, Reynosa, Matamoros, Monterrey, Saltillo, Monclova, Torreon, Ciudad Victoria, Laredo, and Juarez, and Chihuahua, Durango. They're just off the top of my head, they're the ones I've noticed in the map. It is 50, so I don't know how many I went through there, probably like 35 or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'll commentate this streak. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn something from it. Okay. So, round one of my streak. We had, okay, I just know the 664 area code is Tijuana there, so I went for that one quite quickly. This one I think I had some good info. I think it actually said Oaxaca. But we do have that 951 area code, which I'm familiar with. I had it in an Instagram video very recently, so I know that area code. Then this one, okay, this is a nice, this one's slightly lucky because we don't really have any info or anything that I can use, but just with the vibe, I thought it was Yucatan. I didn't think it was Cancun, and I just plunked Merida, and it ended up being right, so that was a bit fortunate. This one I get a strong Acapulco vibe, so it has this like very compact, hilly feel to it, and it's also very tropical. And I guess the way I would describe it is it feels as though the hills are very sort of developed on and built on. So I kind of got the vibe here of Acapulco, went for it. Next one, so I think similarly to Acapulco, I think in Tijuana it feels like you're very much amongst the hills, except obviously it's a lot drier. And then anytime I see these tall palms in Mexico, generally it should be more western, with the dryness here pulling us more towards the north as well. So Tijuana seemed like an obvious option, especially with that road kind of cutting through the hills, as many of the roads do in Tijuana. Can't remember what this one. Okay, no, I do remember this one. So we have a 6 area code. The 600s cover a big area, basically like the northwestern quadrant of the country. So it gives me some idea. I've sped this up slightly because this did take a couple of minutes for me to make my mind up. But yeah, I was quite fortunate here as well. I think similarly to the Merida one, Durango I sort of liked because I knew we had the hills south. And Durango is surrounded by quite a lot of hills, and I think a lot of the other cities in the 600 phone code wise don't necessarily fit the bill. I mean, some of them are hilly, but not. I knew it wasn't like Tijuana, for example, and I just went with Durango, and again, quite lucky I got that one right. What do we have here? Can't remember. Okay, no, I know this. So yeah, that ridge north for Cuernavaca, I'm quite familiar with. It feels a lot like Mexico City, Cuernavaca, but it has this certain feel to it, and this ridge to the north. They have a lot of kind of, I don't know how to describe these kind of stone walls they use a lot that I've noticed. Again, this time Tijuana, tall palm trees, hills that are, built on extensively. Once you've seen Tijuana and GeoGuessr enough times, you definitely get a feel for it. I mean, I wasn't 100% sure here because I thought there were a couple of other possibilities in northwestern Mexico, but Tijuana was my safest option. This isn't like the most textbook Tijuana around, but it still kind of is. I just was worried it could be somewhere else in like Sinaloa or something, I don't know. Okay, Acapulco taxi there, I recognise it with the yellow panels. And then if I pan around, I just kind of get that vibe again of it being very, I mean, look at those lush green hills, very kind of typical of Guerrero as well. But I know the taxi, so I feel very confident in sending Acapulco. Okay, nice, that puts us on 9. Okay, this one took about 8 minutes, so I will speed some of this up because I don't know what I'll talk about for 8 minutes. But I saw a phone number there of 999, and I know that Cancun has 998. So that's why I kind of concentrated on Cancun. I didn't realise that Merida was 999. I just thought 999 would be near 998, and I thought I'd look in Cancun. Now the street name we have does say Avenida Merida 2000, but I didn't think there was any reason it had to be Merida. I thought Merida was a good option, but I thought Cancun was also a good option. Takes me a while though, and I think that the other reason I didn't trust Merida on the street sign, you do find references to other states a lot in Mexico, and a lot of the time they're kind of meaningless. So, yeah, but I do. You know, given we've got street names, I knew it was worth persisting, and I'm just scanning along Calle 55 here, and then I see it, so yeah. We are on 10, which is what I was aiming for, but we do manage to go a little bit beyond that. So, yeah, Jalisco plate there. Kind of the inverse of the Pennsylvania plate, yellow on top, blue on the bottom. So I feel fairly confident that this should be Guadalajara. Let me just look at the road layout and see if there's an area where it fits. I see these angles here and I know it looks good, so I send it, end up getting on the right street somehow. And then again, ridge north. You know, there are other cities that have ridges north, but you know, sometimes in your head you rule other options out very quickly, so I felt comfortable in zooming to Cuernavaca. Does say on the taxi there as well. I mean, Cuernavaca has a lot of good clues. Purple and white taxis, 777 area code. Yeah, Sonora is mentioned here. So, don't know why I took so long on this one, because I zoomed right into Obregon and clicked almost on the 5K, but for some reason I didn't think the angle worked. I didn't really notice this other windy road. For some reason I thought the road we were on was more straight, so I just kind of kept looking in other cities as well for no good reason. So I'll speed this up a little bit. But eventually I kind of realise, like, yeah, clearly this Hermosillo Lake doesn't work, so I go back and just check this one because I knew we had water. And then I realised from having looked at the location again, I know it's more bendy, so that should fit. Curve in front of us, curve behind us, yeah. Okay, that's 13. Can I get one more? What's this? Oh yeah, so yeah, green striped taxi, Cancun. Just something you either know or you don't. But yeah, I would say one of the reasons I love urban Mexico is because there are a lot of clues for cities in Mexico. Taxis, phone numbers, street signs, landscape, architecture, it's all there. Really, really fun. This one, I don't know, the coverage is weird. It just feels like we're in a park or something, and I just thought Mexico City was the safest, most sensible guess. I don't think I had anything here I could have used. So yeah, I just went for Mexico City thinking that would be the most likely, and yeah, it was in Chiapas. So that was the end of the streak, but really enjoyed doing that. I hope you enjoyed watching it too, and see you soon. Bye bye.